We march on, though. We march on. Team and player options. You guys will obviously pick up your options on Vince and Dirk. I will pick up all three of my options on Davis, Najera, and Jeff Foster. I'm still hoping Foster gets to a usable level. But yeah, I'm willing to keep everybody there. Let Vince go. You don't let Vince go for nothing. You hope a trade comes for him, but you don't let go of a guy like that for nothing. Jason Kidd might leave the Sonics. Thank fuck. Vin Baker might leave Milwaukee as well. Oh, please let Jason Kidd go the fuck away. In terms of qualifying offers for you guys, Crozier's an interesting one because when he's healthy, he's good. But when he's not, he's been terrible for you guys. Honestly, I mean, you might as well keep Damon Stoudemire. It signed him for you. You might as well keep him. Tyson Cowens is good. Doliak is cheap. Your big decision is whether or not you want to keep Crozier. That's your big decision. I will set that poll up for you really quickly. That is your big decision about Crozier. He's had trouble staying healthy, but he's been really good when he's played. For me, Daryl Augustin, I don't even know who the hell you are, so I'm going to let you go, but I am going to keep O'Donnell Foyle and Darrell Woodson for the moment. Although, Jesus Christ, both of those contracts for 1 year are a bit much. Other than Dirk, who's a power forward. Just Crozier. But Jermaine can play power forward for when Doliak comes in, and you have Tyson Cowens, so you're not totally boned. For me, I do have Georgie for the next couple seasons. Even though people are apparently fed up. I might let go of O'Donnell Foyle. He won't be the starter over Georgie. Theo's deal is up too. I just drafted Jazania Jop. But yeah, Foyle and Ratliff, I haven't really gotten it done. So I think I'm going to drop O'Donnell Foyle and probably Darrell Woodson. And not sign them for that absurd amount of money they're looking for. Because now I have Zach Randolph. So no reason to keep Woodson. So let's see what the vote's looking at. So Crozier is going to be gone. So I'm dropping all three of my guys that had options. You guys will keep the cheap ones, but are dropping Austin Crozier. Done deal. So free agency. Let's see who's out there. Jason Kidd's a UFA, as is Vin fucking Baker. McGrady, Duncan, and Billups RFAs. So, really quickly, just to set you guys up in terms of the money that you can spend, you could send out an offer to Jason Kidd. You could even send out an argument to Tim Duncan. There is nobody that you guys can't afford at the moment, apparently. So you're good. But again, RFAs haven't gone very well for you. So we'll look over the rosters. At point guard, Jason Kidd, UFA. There is Chauncey Billups as an RFA, which is a pretty big risk. Kenny Anderson, Gary Payton. You still have Penny, though. And yeah, Derek Fisher became a UFA. I made the right choice. Utah didn't even hold on to him. So I fleeced Utah for a pick. Yeah, Jason Kidd is out there, not that you need him. Shooting guards, Tracy McGrady, but again, he's an RFA. Kendall Gill is there, Eddie Jones, but again, you have Vince Carter. At forward, Keith Van Horn's an RFA. You do have Jalen Rose out there, but you did just draft 2 forwards. You also have Grant Hill and Antoine Walker as UFAs. And then a power forward, Tim Duncan, RFA, but UFA Vin Baker. Then less than that, Donyell Marshall, Jawan Howard, Terry Mills. And then at center, the big veteran, Dikembe Mutombo. Jermaine O'Neal is currently out there. Again, you do have the ability to go for him. I think he was a qualified player, if I am not mistaken. No, he's an outright UFA. How'd that happen? So yeah, you might need a center, indeed. You might need a center. But yeah, O'Neal wants a shitload of money. Sean Bradley, all 7'6" of them's out there. Those are the options. So, Let's be honest. Point guard, there's no reason to bring in Jason Kidd. You have Penny. There's no reason to bring him in, right? Zero. Shooting guard, there's no reason to go for Tracy. You can't even guarantee you'd get him because he's an RFA, and you have Vince. But at forward, you could go for the likes of Jalen Rose or another forward. I mean, it would be the likes of Rose, Walker, Grant Hill as the top dogs. Power forward, you don't need Tim Duncan. You don't. You don't need Duncan. You don't need Vin Baker. The risk with Vin Baker is you have to hope the game would put Dirk at center, which is not a guarantee. You could still take that risk, though, because both Duncan and Dirk can play center. So we'll say Duncan, Baker, etc. for power forwards. And then your options at center are Mutombo. Mutombo's out there. You could bring O'Neal back. You could go for Bradley, even Zydrunas Ilgauskas, but there you go. I'll put that poll up and we'll see what you guys think in terms of what position to prioritize. That brings up my own questions then. That brings up my own questions. I think Bob Sura left my team. I go to these contract extensions and it doesn't tell me anything. But yeah, I think Bob Sura has left my team. So I do technically have 2 centers. I have 2 power forwards. I have a shooting guard. I failed to get him once. But I don't think I can let him go again. He has been destined to be a Timberwolf this entire time. I'm going for Jason Kidd. Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. I'm going to send out the max offer I can to try to finally bring 2-time MVP Jason Kidd to Minnesota. That is my deal. For you guys, the poll is leaning towards centers. So we're going to end that first poll. I'm going to take myself off screen for a minute so you guys can see the full stat line. But it will be a center. Will it be Mutombo? Will it be Jermaine O'Neal being brought back? Bradley's a good option. Honestly, Pollard, he's a scheme fit for your coach. Or you are looking at Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Those are your best options. Let's see who wins it. There's no runoff. You have the ability to vote. There was a poll. Sometimes you have to refresh the chat to get it to pop up. But yes, that's why I say that constantly. So yeah, if it doesn't pop up for you, refresh. And chat is siding towards trying to bring back Jermaine O'Neal. And it's pretty one-sided. And it's pretty one-sided to go with the 22-year-old Jermaine O'Neal. Ilgauskas getting some votes. We'll give it another couple of seconds, but is Pollard a generated player? Yes. It's looking like Jermaine O'Neal is the guy. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Jermaine O'Neal is going to be the target. So, you do have the bird year options. In terms of other offers out there, he does have 3 offers, including the Hornets, who are going to try to pay him a good amount of money. Obviously, $11 million. I want to get the exact dealio. So you pretty much have to max offer Jermaine to have any chance of getting him. And a player option as well is the best way. That's the best offer you can do to try to stay competitive. Let's see if Jermaine O'Neal will stay in Orlando. So I am targeting Jason Kidd one more time. Chat looking to bring back Jermaine O'Neal. Here we go. Let's start with chat. So O'Neal has not accepted yet. You do have all these random options. You still have the cap hold on O'Neal. Cap hold on Doliak. Austin Crozier got an offer elsewhere. You guys elected to let Crozier walk. Because of this O'Neal deal, you pretty much have to let him walk. But you can cap hold everybody else there for the moment. I mean, again, you might as well cap hold these dudes too, just to help fill out the roster. But yeah, cap hold everyone else. I mean, you could honestly, you should let Reggie go. At 35, you have two younger forwards who aren't even that bad. But yeah, Crozier and Lewis to walk while we see what happens elsewhere. Jason Kidd. Haven't heard from Jason Kidd. It's not looking good. Fuck. Cap hold on Ratliff and Sura. Oh, God. Woodson and Foyle would be expensive as shit. So, honestly, I'm going to let them go. Augustin got a deal, too. Let's cap hold who I can and let go of the dudes that already have offers. Jermaine O'Neal has elected to go to Charlotte. And Jason... We're going to be here until 2022. Of all the teams he could go to, he goes to the fucking Spurs. Oh my God. Okay, the Spurs are going through a bit of a crisis of a roster, but fuck. All right. I still got cap holds on Foyle, Woodson, Sura, Ratliff, all the boys. That's fine. For you guys, again, you elected to let go of Crozier and Lewis. You still actually have a cap hold on Jermaine O'Neal, interestingly enough. So we'll see if he actually goes to Charlotte or not. But rough times. Rough times. Kidd is back out there. Jermaine is not. I'm sending my deal right back out there to Jason Kidd. Same as last time. It's same thing. If it happens for you guys, we'll do the same thing. I'm sending an offer right back out there for Jason Kidd. Unfortunately for you guys, I mean, Pollard's out there, Ogauskas is out there, Mutombo left. Gotta be honest. Very tempted to go with some laxer rules, but fuck. Let's see what happens with Jermaine, because you don't even know yet. Okay, you do know for a fact that Jermaine's gone, but you still have Doliak. And I still haven't heard back from Jason Kidd, who just refuses to fucking sign here. Okay, so instead, Jason Kidd's going to Washington. Have fun with him in the Eastern Conference, chat. Have fun. Holy shit. We're not breaking the rules. The rules are the rules. We're leaving it be. Had Jermaine been there, I would have let you offer another deal for him, but... And nor can we sex the Mutombo, unfortunately. All right. Still got our cap holds, and we'll just see how it plays out. But, holy shit. Holy shit. Blow-up option? It might become a thing. We might allow the nuclear option. We might have to say it's a thing. All right. So a bunch of cap holds that are signing. Progression, Vince and Dirk both up to 90s. Crawford up by 3. Doliak up. The depth might have taken a little bit of a hit. I have no significant improvement from starters. Goodness, goodness, goodness. The 2002 draft class. October of 2001. So, As it stands, the 2002 draft, I have no extra pick. Even though I could have sworn I got one, but I guess it was 04. Neither of us have any extra picks in this draft at the moment. This draft features Yao Ming, Amari Stoudemire, Karan Butler, Matt Barnes, Mike Dunleavy, Drew Gooden, Smush Parker. But yeah, the two big men at the top. Carlos Boozer's way down the list. Oh yeah. Not the deepest draft in the world. Not the deepest draft in the world. Our rosters. First up, the Timberwolves, who have a nobody at point guard because I didn't get Jason Kidd. Just fucking run 13 people. Whatever. I'm going to be terrible this year. Just run 13 people. Poor Jamal Mashburn. And Jop doesn't even make the roster. At least Najera, Foster, and Miller will get to play. Your coach looks like he's 12. Yep. Yes, he does. For the Magic, let's see what your roster ends up looking like. Your depth has been completely gutted. Absolutely gutted. Carl Kelly, Hardaway, Carter, Battier, Nowitzki, Doliak. But your depth has been gutted. Honestly, you might as well do what the hell I'm doing and play 13 people. Just to get some of those other guys, some of those other projects, some playing time. You might as well. Just to get Wallace, Wallace some playing time. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? We'll both rest the shit out of our starters. Jesus Christ. We need to tank. Like, both of us need to tank at this point. This is outrageous. Oh my God. 100% bench utilization. Well, 0 just means your starters still get more minutes. UGA Dogs, thank you for the follow. Let's get to simming a little bit. Why not? Again, the G League is a thing now. Oh, actually, okay, so hold on. The G League is a thing. So that we can consider. So honestly, you might want to put Gerald Wallace in the G League so he actually gets some playing time. That's your best option. Any disagreements to put Gerald Wallace in the G League? It's the smartest move to make. And then the center as well, if you can do that. Your backup center, Cowens, so he actually gets some playing time. But yeah, if you want Wallace to be able to play. All right, Wallace to the G League. Cowens can't go, but Wallace is the priority. So just to double check now. You definitely don't need as crazy of a bench. You could go 8, 9 people at this point. Although if you run 13, Cowens still gets to play. So just do it. Might as well see, man. You might as well. And then for me, Desanya Jop is going to be my G League option. Just to see what my roster ends up looking like. Not worried about Augustine, so I can shorten mine down to 12 with Najera. So because we haven't looked in a while, and it's the fucking end of 2001, let's look around the league and see what everyone looks like. Let's start at the top. 76ers rocking Bibby, Peeler, Smith, Rip Hamilton, Alfonso Ellis, Jim Jackson. Milwaukee did lose Vin Baker. Larry Hughes and Kerry Kittle's their top options. So Milwaukee not going to be the threat they once were. Not at all. Also, 28-year-old Greg Ostertag. Washington, holy balls. Jason Kidd and Pau Gasol. That's going to be a problem. And Scott Pollard. Speedy Claxton, too. Chicago with Ryan. Oh, boy. Well, hit the wrong button. That's fine. Let's go back. Chicago with Ryan Caldwell. Derek Fisher signed in Chicago. There's an inner ear infection. Scottie Pippen with the Bulls. Vlade Divac, BJ Armstrong, Tyson Chandler. Theo Ratliff also departed for Chicago off of my team. Cleveland, Kevin Garnett, Jalen Rose, Steven Jackson. So 36-year-old Brad Dougherty. Jesus Christ. So Cleveland's still a bit of a problem. Boston with McGrady, Nash, Robinson, Joe Scott, Juwan Howard. Congrats to Boston on the NBA. Holy hell. Clippers, Alonzo Mourning, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Sean Kemp, Latrell Sprewell, Reggie Lewis still hanging around, Scott Skiles. Atlanta has Glenn Robinson, Danielle Marshall, Robert Horry, Allen Houston, Wang Zhizhi, Shishi, Bimbo Coles. Miami with Iverson. Vin Baker went to Miami. Iverson and Baker both go to Miami, as does Colin Pollard. They already have Glenn Rice, Rafe LaFrance. So Miami is going to be a juggernaut. Charlotte with Jermaine O'Neal, Rashard Lewis, Lamar Odom. They got the Mutombo. They took Jermaine and Mutombo. Charlotte is, in fact, sexing the Mutombo. And Brian Russell. Oh, cool. They also took Bob Sura. That's where Bob went. Dude, the East is a nightmare. Utah with Andre Miller, Jason Williams, Calbert Cheney, Grant Hill. Austin Crozier joins the Mormons. Sacramento with Elton Brand, Lionel Simmons, Nick Anderson, Lee Person. New York Knicks with Abdur Rahim, Rafer Alston, Brian Schiff. The Lakers with Ray Allen, Nick Van Exel, Michael Williams, Bonzi Wells as their big names. Nope, Jermaine elected to leave, you guys. Dallas with Shaq, Hershey, Hawkins, Billy Owens, Wally Zerbiak, Terry Mills, Dan Majerle. And Rick Smits. Maybe they're feeling like, I mean, Shaq's only got 2 years left. New Jersey Nets with Baron Davis, Sean Bradley, Antoine Walker. So they spent some money in free agency. Brent Barry as well. Vladimir Stepania, Tyronn Lue. Denver, Larry Johnson, Christian Laettner, Bryant Reeves, Gary Payton, Corliss Williamson. Indiana, Rodney Rogers, Sean Marion, Eddie Jones, Eric Dampier. Cedric's still out there. The Detroit Pistons, Mark Aguirre, Manu Ginobili. Gilbert Arenas and Manu Ginobili on the same team. Aaron McKee's there too. Houston with Isaiah Ryder. They could have had Powell, but instead it's Isaiah Ryder, Al Harrington, Stromil Swift, James Posey, Jason Richardson. Spurs with Billups, Stojakovic, Jameson, Elgauskas, Manute Bol. Holy fuck. Phoenix still has Kobe and Duncan. Both, I mean, Kobe has 2 more years. Duncan has 4. They also have Kenny Anderson and nobody else. They have no depth at all. Seattle with McDyess, Steve Smith. Sleepy Floyd still hanging around. Portland Trailblazers, Kendall Gill, Kenyon Martin, Dennis Scott, Earl Boykins. All 5 of them. Stevie Francis. And Golden State with Stephon Marbury, Tim Hardaway, Corey Maggette, Hito Turkoglu's out there as well. Toronto, Paul Pierce, Jason Terry, Michael Redd. Now Richard Jefferson. And the newly rebranded Memphis Grizzlies, Keith Van Horn, Jerry Stackhouse, Marcus Camby, Katino Mobley, Michael Finley. Highest rated players in the league right now, Kevin Garnett and Kobe Bryant. We're going to keep going. We're just going to keep going until somebody wins.